What's up, guys, and welcome back to Empire Total War. And last week we did sweet hee-haw. Absolutely fuck all happened. Basically nothing happened. We tried to take Brussels, failed. We then had to defend Amsterdam, which we succeeded in doing from the French. And that was basically everything that happened last week. Nothing happened. Absolutely nothing happened. But we left it on a cliffhanger. We have an army. Lads saluting. We have an army positioned right on the edge of Paris, and we're going to attack them. As I said last week, it was going to be the first thing that happened. It's going to be a very close battle. They have slightly more men than us. Nicholas Joseph Bussy. That's an interesting surname. Anyway, but most of it's made up. I'll say most of it. Some of it, about a third of it's made up of citizen militia. So basically peasants with a gun, so we should be able to take them on. They do have a lot of line infantry and stuff, but I think we stand a pretty decent chance. They don't have any sort of ridiculous units like the last time we fought the French, where they had phosphorus cannons and stuff like that. I think it is just basically all men with guns and a few horses, so we've got a pretty decent chance, I think, of winning this. So we'll give it a go. Attack them ourselves, hopefully we win, and then we've secured Paris, which would be a pretty big take right at the start. We've only been at war with the French for, I don't know, like 2 or 3 turns so far, so it's, it'll be pretty early days, and we've already got ourselves into Paris. But we have to win this first, which is half the battle. Well, it's entirely the battle. It is the entire battle, so if we win the battle, we win the battle. I'm talking absolute shite. I'm just going to stop talking right now. Right, so in last week's video, RB commented saying that I should use cannons to take out the walls, which I wasn't even really aware was possible. I knew you used to be able to do it in Rome and stuff like that, but I didn't realise it was still a thing in this, which, I mean, saying that now seems a bit stupid. I mean, it's a feature that was in the game forever. It should probably still be there. And it is, so we can target these walls and try and knock them down, which I think is probably the best option, to be honest. So we'll give it a go. We'll line up our troops further away from the city, out of cannon range, so that they can't shoot us, but we can shoot them, hopefully. Direct hit. 6% damage already. Not bad. Right, well, let's just speed this up. What is this lad doing? What are you lot up to? You just walk out of the fort and stand and watch as the cannonballs pummel your wall. Maybe they're damage report. Go out and have a wee look, see what the state of the wall is, and report back. But oh my days, it's starting. It is starting. They've cleared the wall. We're on 52% damage. It's taken us like a solid 10 minutes of time so far. So hopefully it doesn't take much longer until we get the wall down. But we should have plenty of time to get in, see what's happening, and secure the city. Also, I think a couple of cannonballs. How is this on fire, actually? Because our cannons aren't in range of that, so I don't know how that has taken damage. Oh, there is a... Yeah, cannonballs are hitting that building. Somehow, even though this is our max range, cannonballs are sailing straight over and straight into the side of that command HQ. Oh, the wall's down. The wall is down. Right, let's put time back to normal again. Right. Now what then? I think RB's other comment was to take the cannons and then move them up to the breach and just kill everybody as they come out. Which seems like a solid plan, providing it actually happens, and we don't get completely annihilated by the cannons that are still left on the walls. But we shall start marching ourselves up this general direction. Right, they're filling the gap currently with a bunch of citizen militia. They look like they're running in slow motion for some reason. Not sure what they're doing, but anyway. Hopefully they will shouldn't be dead. as I suddenly turn into Sean Connery. Hopefully they'll soon be dead, and they won't have to worry about running in slow motion anymore. So I'm not sure how close I need to get before they're in range of our canister shot. I think maybe up to here possibly. May put them in range. I'm surprised that they've not manned these guns. Like, if there's a breach... Oh, there's cavalry coming out now. Right, just lumber up. Or unlumber up, one of them. Do some sort of lumbering. Oh my word, that... These lads, who are they? Serbian hunters, just, well, they absolutely hunted down the enemy general and murdered him. Nicholas Joseph Bussy has been absolutely annihilated on the battlefield. That was something else, that really was. Right. Oh, thank God for that. Those militia almost made it to our cannons, but they have now been riddled with our canister shot and the all the other gunfire that's been heading their direction. Right. The frame rate's having an absolute nightmare of a time. I'm not sure if it's all the smoke that's currently going on, but it's not liking this for some reason. Right, lads, unlumber yourselves! And then canister shot the bejesus out of these lads. They won't know what's hit them. Well, that was absolutely brutal. They're lined up so perfectly. Oh my word. It is legitimately shooting fish in a barrel. Oh, hello. Well, they kind of caught us off guard with this lot. Yeah, if it wasn't for these guys, who had just been perfectly positioned to shoot the cavalry as they were charging our guys, I think that would have ended slightly differently, but in the end it worked out very nicely for us. Right, well this has gone a bit badly. They've just charged our cannons and now our cannons are clearing off. But they have done their job. They have got rid of all the well, they got rid of the wall, and they did a pretty solid job of getting rid of the most of the troops that were coming out as well. And they're running away. It is legitimately, they're coming out one at a time, standing there, getting shot to pieces by us, and then running away. It's the Pirates of the Caribbean once again bangs on in the background. I think I might just go absolutely mad and just get my grenadiers, move them right up to the edge and just chuck grenades at them. And chuck grenades. There they go. Well, that worked unbelievably well. They're just standing watching as a bunch of grenades gets launched there. Oh my word. It is truly, truly horrific. Launched more grenades in. There we go. Oh my word. Right, you guys back away. These guys can move in now. Your turn. They come out of the gap chasing these guys and immediately get absolutely riddled by the soldiers standing over here. More grenades go throwing in. Right. Don't stand. I told you to run away already, so go not stand in the middle of the gunfire, or grenade fire, or whatever you call it. This is the most amazing thing I've ever witnessed. They're all just trying to come out the gap, but as soon as they leave, they just get completely ripped to shreds by my my men outside. Right, I've had about enough of this. Where's my cavalry? Come on, guys. Your turn to just ram yourselves through the hole. I think we'll go and just try and take the centre of the city and see what they do about it. These guys, they're all running away. they came out of the gap to fight us, saw this absolute... Let's have a look from their point of view. So they're just a casual Frenchman, casually eating some garlic, wandering around. Come wandering out here to have a wee look, see what's happening. This hasn't put them off quite yet. They're still fully gung ho about the whole situation, like these guys. They come wandering around here, and then they're confronted with that. Just thousands of men everywhere, and now the cavalry's coming charging their direction as well. It is truly one of the most horrific battle scenes I've ever witnessed. Right, if you guys could try and get through the gap, just charge your way in. Look at all this cavalry coming as well. They're running away. The French literally have no idea what to do. Everybody, everybody on the center spot. Go on, just get yourself in the city. Alright, let's just speed this up. We've already got the timer running. We just have to wait for another minute. There we go. 0 seconds. And we win. End the battle. Heroic victory. And we have defeated Paris. We have taken the Parisian place. It's a weird way of saying that. We've taken Paris. And we now have the entirety of France. So all they have left is Belgium, bits of Germany, and Turin for some reason. There we go. Look at it. All of it's ours. They have an army here, and here. And they have an army here as well. And then they've got these guys stationed here. But the French don't look all that strong. I mean, the strongest point of the French is down here in Turin. Which I'm not sure what they're going to do now. If they're going to try and attack Milan. If it's worth having, or if they're going to send everybody they've got and back and try and take Paris. I'm not sure how like all of this got destroyed, given that we were just in Paris and none of that existed inside where we were actually fighting. So how the Arc de Triomphe got like damaged and all of that, I have no idea. But yeah, we now have it. What's public order looking like? Absolutely horrendous. We do have another issue though, which is down here, because we are currently 2 turns away from surrendering Arcot to these bastards who have turned up. The Anal Lai, or Lael, or Lao, or whatever they are. We're going to have to try and hold them off. So I'm thinking, well, I can't attack them because I already attacked them. So we're going to have to wait a turn. If they don't attack us, then we will have to attack them next turn because we will surrender otherwise and lose this, which is not on the books. We're not having that. So we'll have to attack them. Hopefully we can hold out. I mean, we've been doing a pretty decent job of late holding this fort. It has a lot of cannons around it, this city. So it is actually quite a nice place to try and defend. So hopefully we can do that in a turn's time. Now we're back waiting on the Ottomans again. Wonderful. I'll wait another 15 minutes on this happening. Right, that's it. I'm attacking the bloody Ottomans. I'm fed up with this. I'm actually fed up with this. It's taken like 10 minutes every time that gets around. Every time I end turn, gets the Ottomans and you just have to wait forever on them doing something, whatever it is they're doing. I'm completely at my wit's end with them, so I'm gonna just go and attack them. I'm just gonna attack them. I'm just going straight for Istanbul. Cannot be having this anymore. Sweden, you have not got a foot to stand on, so you can bugger off back to your place. Well, actually, your place is our place now, so you can bugger off back to Finland, where you belong. I noticed there was a renegade group of units, still French units over here, which I think have been here. Which I think have been here for quite a while, but we shall kill them, nevertheless. I'll resolve that. Murder them all. Back in New Orleans, right. So now we don't have to worry about that. I think that's all the French there is around here, to be honest. I don't think there's anyone else. I think whatever comes from up here, this Fort de Chartres... Fort de Chartres? Fort de Chartres doesn't look that big. Doesn't look much like a fort at all, actually. It looks a bit like a library. But we're going to take it, eventually. And it doesn't look like it's going to produce all that many quality units, so I don't think we've got much to worry about French coming from that way. Not sure what the deal is going to be here. We have a French army making its way from Turin, this direction. I think it's heading up here. We also have this army here, making its way from Brest. Making its way from Brest all the way across here. And yeah, we're currently replenishing, but we could do with replenishing a bit quicker. It'd be nice to know how long it's going to take us to actually get replenished. Because it seems like sometimes it takes no time and other times it takes forever. Right, the other thing I need to check was my technology, because I have loads of technology, but I have absolutely no idea what units actually use some of those technology. I kept getting told to use, what one was it? Fire by rank, which I've had for ages, which I think just affects everybody, but I'm not 100% on what units are actually the best units to have. I'm guessing these infantry superior of the Highlands are probably quite good. To be honest, I just want stuff like that, like explosive rockets and these sort of things. Is that what the French used on us? Yeah, that'll be what the French used on us in Amsterdam last week, that quicklime. Which I'm imagining is probably quite similar to phosphorus. But, yeah, we just kind of need to work out what units are actually the best. Because for ages I've just been using grenadiers. Because their grenades are absolutely devastating, but I'm not sure if there's better units to be using. Given that we've got all this technology currently, it would be nice to actually know who best to have to make use of it. And we're gonna research some quicklime shells as well, because if the French aren't caring about using basically what is effectively a chemical weapon against us, then why would we care? We might as well make the most of it and use that against them as well, or anybody else who happens to get in our way. I also need to start building, upgrading some of the buildings around the place to, yeah, to really make use of the technologies, because there's a lot of technology we can't research yet, because we've not got stuff like a steam-powered cloth mill, or a steam factory engine, or... Oh, we've got a modern university now. I'm guessing we got that when we took France. Things like this, military hospitals and stuff, we don't have any of this stuff. Reduces cost of recruiting units and upkeep. And trade improve. Right, well that's definitely worth it. Right, so we have a magistrates in... Oh, we have a magistrates there. We don't have any money to upgrade it to one of these things though. We also have another one over here, don't we? Oh, we are building a military hospital in Wales, in Swansea. Forgot about that. So we've got a military hospital coming, but we could do with this one being upgraded to barracks or whatever this is, warehouses. Warehouses might be quite useful. If it can reduce the cost of our, or increase our trade income, then that would be quite useful to have. So, yeah, it's all these sort of things I completely forget about, but the game has it all, and I actually need to make use of it. So we'll look at trying to make the most of that in the next few turns, but we have to worry about this. But we also have to worry about what's going on in India, because we've finished turn, so we have a break. You, sir, Ian Reynolds, get yourself inside there. Go on, go and infiltrate them. 62%, don't die. Oh, he fucking died. Alright, well, he didn't die, but he got detected. What a fanny. Right, anyway, we shall just attack them. It's quite a close battle, so I'm just going to do it myself. I'm probably just going to skip this battle in the video, because I think what's going to happen is I'm just going to do what I did before, sit everybody inside the fort and just use the cannons to bombard everyone outside. So it's probably not going to be that interesting a fight, but hopefully we actually come out at the end of it successful, and don't completely lose everything. Right, where are they coming from? That direction. So, well done game, well done, absolutely brilliant. First of all, you put half my army on the outside of the wall. Secondly, you put another unit on the outside of the wall. Thirdly, the army is coming from this direction. Right? This direction. So why, in all of your wisdom, did you position all of our troops along that wall? Not even on the wall, just beside the wall. Are they even looking the right direction? Well, at least they're looking the right direction. That is one positive to take from this. But what is that? What is... I can't even see, it's off the screen. Where's it gone? Oh, here they come. Oh, dear God. Our cannons can't reach. Well, they even shot those. Is it mortars? Yeah, they've got mortars. God damn. Right, oh well. That's something we'll have to deal with. These guys over here on the camels are just standing there watching. Now they're running away. The bloody Lawrence of Arabia riding his camel. Oh, that's so fun. And we won. We absolutely ruined them. 1,400 deaths to, well, just under 200 of ours. That is absolutely outrageous. We completely marked. I mean, they didn't really try, to be honest. They turned up. And they had mortars. So basically they stood there with their mortars and tried to mortar us for a while, which were pretty inaccurate. They couldn't do much. And then they decided to use all of their other units and basically just stand beside our walls and take gunfire for about half an hour. So I'm not really sure what they decided that was why they decided that was the best option, but they just stood there and took a load of gunfire and died. So yeah, I'm quite surprised actually they still even have any units at all, to be honest, given the amount we killed. But anyway, they've cleared off. This is what I was talking about before. This Mysore has not got that many troops in it, so it may be easily takeable. Merge that down. We actually have quite a substantial army here, but it can't reach. This army can reach, but it's not got that many men. Actually, no, you know what? The only things that can't reach are the cannons. Everything else... Yeah, we can actually get there with these cannons and everybody else. So we might... Screw it, I'm going. Even though we're... they do have some reinforcements. Right, we'll continue the siege. And we'll send those guys into there just to help defend. And we'll attack with these guys as well. Auto resolve it. Win. We did lose 500 men. We did kill 898, so not a bad loss. That guy randomly fell over dead. And we have taken Mysore, so that's another section of India secured. They have a massive army up here next to Hyderabad. But these guys and these guys, nothing much to worry about. So, yeah, pretty successful, I would say. Although, having said that, we have... Oh, that is our army. I was going to say, like, why is our army so small? But for some reason our main army stayed outside and our little army went inside the city, so... Anyway, we'll start trying to replenish some of our men. Same goes for these guys. Even though we don't actually have that many men in there, it's just some cannons effectively. We are recruiting, so we should have some by the end of the turn. But we have now secured another section of India, so we have now got the peninsula. And yeah, we'll work our way up this direction somewhere. I'm still thinking that it's probably a good idea to try and take Calcutta or Cuttack, one of these places, and just make our way across. But I've not been focusing that much on India recently, to be honest, because, well, there wasn't that much to do. Given that we had been pinned inside Arcot, there was really nothing we could really do. But now that we have got rid of that army and we've secured this place, we can now actually, I think, properly look at forcing our way into the centre of India and trying to take the rest of that. But I think I might end the video because I've been recording for 1:21, so by the time I cut all that down, then it's probably going to be a pretty decent sized video. We'll have to watch out for these French next week. Hopefully we manage to hold them off. I'm quietly confident. I think they do have quite a lot of men. A lot of men, in fact. Some cannons and some cavalry. But we do have a fort, so I think, on balance, we might have the better time of it. The only worry is that they attack us at the same time as these attack us, and we might not be able to support that. So we'll have to wait and see what happens with that. I'm hoping we can hold out. Right, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to bring a load of units from Copenhagen, stick them on a ship, and just drop them off next to Amsterdam. Just a bit of reinforcement, really. Yeah, so we now have a little bit extra units. Just murder those guys in there for no reason. Yeah, so we now have a little bit extra sort of force in and around Amsterdam. We could possibly look at using... If they do siege Paris, we should have like 5 or 6 turns, hopefully, before we actually have to battle them. Maybe? Don't know. Maybe ignore that. What are you? Dutch rebels? That is colourful. Anyway, yeah, so we'll have to deal with you at some point as well. You got... Oh my god, they've got 90 drummers! We don't stand a chance. We actually don't stand a chance. Not with drummer action like that. But anyway, that'll have to be next week. I don't think there's anything else I can really do this week. Nothing much going on in America. Europe's kind of... I mean, we made a pretty hefty gain taking the territory of France. So, yeah, we're going to have to wait until next turn before we find out what happens with France, if we can hold it or not. I'm really hoping we can hold it, but you never know. And India, we've made a bit of a gain. And next week we'll look at trying to actually gain much more. I think, as well, as I said, I was going to attack the Ottomans. Istanbul does have a pretty sizable army in it. We have a pretty sizable army here. It's not the best of units. I think it could be better, but we've also not got the ability. Try that again. Also not got the ability to recruit all that many different kinds of units here, so we're kind of stuck with what we've got. But I think we could take Istanbul, and that would be quite nice, actually. I think if we could take Istanbul, and if we can take Ankara, we'll try and take Bosnia as well at some point. We'll try and take Bosnia, and that should, if we can secure all of that, I think the Ottomans wouldn't be that big an issue. I think like they've got quite a big naval force, but the distance that they have to cover to go from like over here, or like Georgia, Armenia sort of area, or down here in Syria, and make their way all the way up to Ankara would be a bit of a trek. So I think we'd have a pretty good time trying to hold that. And if we did lose Ankara, we've also still got Istanbul. Crimea could be a bit of a more difficult situation, but they have to send boats over, because I don't think they're not in a very good standing with the Austrians, so I don't think they'll be able to get through Austria and come to us that way. So yeah, it's yeah, I'm not sure. We'll find out. I think we'll try and take Istanbul next week, though. I think that's probably going to be our main challenge next week. Well, our main challenge will be trying to hold on to Paris, but then taking Istanbul would be the second main challenge. It's not really a main, but the secondary challenge. Right, yeah. Anyway, that's enough gabbing on about absolutely nothing, effectively. So, yeah, if you've enjoyed the video and the success of taking Paris from the French, then give it a thumbs up and subscribe as well if you're new around here and want to keep up to date with all my stuff. Yeah, and I'll catch you guys next week. So until then, cheerio.